I recently told a friend about a travel destination that my wife and I visited in 2022. The place had such an inspiring impact on us. There was a rich history that valued the Indigenous story, the cultural traditions, cooking, textiles, hospitality, nature, and so much more. It was beautiful, and I can't wait to go back. I shared a list of places to visit and things to do with my friend. I told my wife that he was going, and we were both so excited for him to have this experience, the experience that we had had. I checked in and followed up, and he said it was okay. Kind of slow, got the hang of it, but it was okay. A little bit disappointing. I was devastated. The spot that I loved, all my recommendations that I'd sent, I talked it up, and he didn't feel the same way. Anytime you talk about Jesus, or specifically claim to be living or doing something inspired by Jesus and his story, that's a really big claim. Jesus was a radical at love, generosity, at inclusion. Read the Gospels and a picture of a very attentive, present, kind, confident, brave individual is described. I'm always impressed by how much awareness Jesus had of people and need and what mattered most and opportunities for love. Wherever Jesus went, people had a profound and life-changing experience. What a big claim to want to do something inspired by Jesus or following after his example. The risk is that those who attempt such a thing often create a less than Jesus experience for those they encounter. Sadly, that's a big part of the Christian story. A checkered past, missed opportunities. Like my recommendation to my friend, a bit disappointing, just okay. This is maybe where many find themselves. The recent National Church Life Survey study revealed that church attendance and Christian affiliation is declining in Australia. Yet there has been an increase in non-religious affiliation and openness to spiritual beliefs. Clearly, there is a desire to connect with something or someone beyond oneself. What should we do then? Acknowledge that there has always been and will always be a disconnect between the authentic Jesus and our human efforts to live like that. It is a byproduct of the human condition. We are all a mixture of genius, passion, intellect, experiences, trauma. We all carry this mixture in some way or another within ourselves. So we need to acknowledge and keep acknowledging this mixture and this disconnect in us. And then reimagine. Reimagine the ethics of Jesus alive and well in our world. That ethic is really summed up profoundly in Matthew 22. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. 2 verses, 3 experiences of love. A growing, curious, honest love for God, an awareness, kind, and prophetic love for our neighbor, and a love of self. Not prideful or egotistic, but a love of self that is compassionate, truthful, integrates the whole of our inner life. This love ethic was Jesus' witness. This love ethic is our invitation. If we set out to do something in the name of Jesus, this is the starting point. Considering deeply, honestly, what love is and what it means for our past, our present, and the future. I'd like to read a poem that I think encapsulates this experience of love and the invitation we have. It's called An Invitation to a Brave Space. Together, we will create brave space, because there is no such thing as a safe space. We exist in the real world. We all carry scars, and we have all caused wounds. In this space, we seek to turn down the volume of the outside world. We amplify voices that fight to be heard elsewhere. We call each other to more truth and love. We have the right to start somewhere and continue to grow. We have the responsibility to examine what we think we know. We will not be perfect. It will not always be what we wish it to be, but it will be our brave space together. And we will work on it side by side.